This evening, Cross and I have the honor of introducing our great friend, resident campus cutie, and honorary member of the junior class, Matt Bode.
So while I could spend a good deal of time tonight discussing Bode's strange inability to fall asleep in his own bed, his deep and confusing passion for zebra cakes, his really small legs that even the best work of Zach, who appears to have left, didn't really do too much for him there, and his fading dreams of surpassing resident DCSD alum Ari Snyder as a recreational basketball god, Brian and I decided that for the sake of all of y'all, we can spend just a few minutes going over some of the qualities that make Bode, for lack of better terminology, such a good guy.
Bode is one of those people who's just naturally gifted at everything, as evidenced by his performance on the diving boards today. We all know Bode to be an exceptional athlete, both in and out of the pool, incredibly smart and a caring friend. Bode is one of only a few people who can match my competitiveness, which is a problem since anything we try, he is naturally more talented than me at. Last spring, my roommate dropped out, so I had my own room. Bode moved in with me for a few weeks because we were both feeling a little bit lonely. At the time, I was very into the video game Rocket League and was thrilled to be dominating Bode every time we played each other. This lasted about a week until Bode inevitably beat me. We continued playing for the next few weeks, but the games became so heated and competitive that they legitimately started fracturing our friendship. Eventually, we overcame our differences and agreed to only play on the same team from then on out. I'm incredibly thankful to have Bode on my team, both in Rocket League and in life. There is no one I can trust more than Bode. He always drives me to be the best person I can be, which is a testament to his own character and integrity. I'm incredibly thankful that through Davidson and swimming, my paths crossed with Matt, because he is a friend I know I will have for the rest of my life.
So not unlike Brian, one of the things I first noticed about Bode was his concern for other people. I'm not quite as competitive as the two of them, so I didn't have that. It's something that's been evident since the fall of 2015, when a young 17-year-old Crossan, who looked a lot different than I do now, surprisingly, spent his first college recruiting trip in Rich 307 with Bode and his freshman roommate Andy Chun. Quick aside, so you know how every college, high school senior, they get their host for their recruiting trip. I think probably everyone did this, and they Google who their host is. So it's Matt Bode, Davidson swimming. And I came to this picture of him. It looks nothing like him, wearing this really nice floral Hawaiian shirt, and I was just shocked that this frat god was hosting me. So I really didn't know what to expect. It worked out pretty well, so that was nice. So my recruiting trip was an experience that, not an attempt to be melodramatic, altered the course of my life forever. I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for that trip. So since my arrival on campus as a freshman, however, I've come to appreciate that Bode's concern for other people isn't just a nifty recruiting tactic. Indeed, while his hand in making Davidson College my home for the past 2.5 years is undeniable, it's in these past 2.5 years that I've come to truly appreciate what a gift it is to know Bode. Like so many others on this team, I can confidently say that I'm not the same for having shared a pool, a lane, however briefly, rest in peace, lane 7, a meal, or even a game of Fortnite with him. From the late night cookout runs and much needed advice, to his absolutely formidable pre-meet locker room speeches. You do not want to know what he says, it's ridiculous. Bode's been there for all of us in the times that we needed it most, whether we had the courage to ask for it or not. So thank you, Matt, for an amazing 3 years, for your encouragement, your resilience, your kindness, and your leadership, for the good times and the bad times in between, and above all else, for being such an amazing friend. As you get ready to throw down one last time at A10s, I'm excited to witness what I'm sure will be a fitting end to the remarkable story of distance swimmer turned sprinter and pseudo-diver, Matt Bode. I can't really wrap my head around you not being here next year, but I know that Brian and I and so many of us couldn't be happier for having spent these past 3 with you. So thank you.
I really have to pee right now. I don't know about you guys, but when I get nervous and there's water in front of me, I just chug that stuff like nobody's business. Thank you, Crossan and Brian, for that introduction. I'd just like to point out that Ryan Knoll is the cutest person on this team. As it was mentioned in an earlier introduction, he's really cute. Just look at him. Also, thank you, Ryan, for this pen. I also used it to make some edits. Alrighty. When I showed up at Davidson, I'm not really sure what JO I expected, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't the brutal triple of the 50 free, the 1 meter diving, and the 100 freestyle right afterwards. You recruited me as a 200 and 500 freestyler, and to this day, my best times in the 200 and 500 freestyle are from my junior year of high school. I didn't really expect people to laugh at that. I don't really know why I swam so badly in those events, but I do know that it's pretty tough to go stretches of 1, 2, or 3 years, 3+ years, of not going best times and not contributing to the team. I just saw some people shake their heads. So I know even if you aren't in that stretch right now, like almost everyone in this room, if you're a swimmer, will go through that period at some point in their life. It's a period where dropping time feels like an impossible task. It feels like you're pretty worthless because you can't contribute to the team when you know you should. You're trying as hard as you can in practice, but it just doesn't seem to get together in meets. And it's just not really a great way to spend your time. So there are a few comments or suggestions I have for anyone who might find themselves in that place right now. Regan had a list of 8. It should be of no surprise to any of you who really know us that I only have 3. Your worth on this team is so much more than the times you go and the places you finish in. It's really easy to devalue yourself if you aren't a consistent scorer. So it's important to remind yourself that there are many different ways to contribute to this team. Race someone in practice, cheer at meets, congratulate teammates after great swims, and console them after the really bad ones. When you look at the impact you can have on your teammates through friendship and camaraderie, you'll start to realize that maybe the times aren't so significant after all. Number 2 would be to try something different. If you're a struggling distance swimmer, like myself, maybe try going to sprint group. It's a good time. If you're a struggling sprinter, then you're out of luck. It doesn't get any easier than that. Trying something different doesn't have to be limited to going to a different group, though. It doesn't even have to be limited to swimming. You can try working on your technique. You can try going to different classes. Heck, you can even be an econ major, think you're going to go pre-med your junior year, and then promptly go right back to econ and have a job in something finance related. It's really confusing, don't ask me about it. Whatever it is, change is never going to feel good immediately. You've got to give it time to let things work out, but don't be afraid of trying something different. Number 3 is to take advantage of the support system you have around you. I've cried to a lot of people on this team, and it can be pretty embarrassing to unleash the proverbial floodgates in front of someone, but it can also be incredibly cathartic. Your teammates and your coaches want to help you if you're just willing to let them in. So let them in. All right, to the team that I have cried to a lot of times. Thank you for being there in the numerous times that I wanted to quit swimming. It is thanks to you guys that I stuck it out all 4 years here. Thank you for the midnight cookout runs, referenced in my introduction, for the Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, referenced in Regan's, for the angsty teenage nights, and for swim formals. Thank you for all the day-to-day interactions that make being a part of this group of people so worth it. Specifically to the senior class, there's one memory that really only we can share together. I don't know if you were all there at Commons for this, but it was my freshman year after just a terrible practice. Like I said, I wasn't very good at distance swimming my freshman year. I show up at Commons just totally down in the dumps. And who do I find but Matt Regan and Jake Perrin attempting the saltine challenge. I don't know if any of you have ever witnessed two like 18, 19-year-olds stuff 6 crackers in their mouth and try to finish them in a minute. But it ended up with Regan's vein just bulging out of his head. And Jake Perrin going as saltines just flew all over the table. That was honestly like it was just one of those aha moments where I got out of practice and I was like, wow, that was one of the worst sets I've ever had in my life. And then I got to Commons, and when I'm leaving Commons, I was in the best mood for probably the entire year. It's little things like that that you really gotta cherish. To the coaches, Greg, thank you for letting me live out my dream of being a two-sport college athlete. Glad I didn't embarrass you too badly out there. Zach, thank you for getting me started on my powerlifting career. I'd just like to point out that Zach weighed less than I did when he got to college. Look at him now. I do now lift more than Emily Yang. She lifted more than me my freshman year. She beat me in a 3-rep squat max, but I do lift more than her. That may be because I fractured her kneecap and dislocated it.
Yeah.
Sarah, you've only been here for a few months, but I remember I had to leave early for a job interview, and good God, I thought I was going to get out of practice. I was like, oh, this is great. I don't have to swim today. Now, I showed up to practice, and you strokers might remember this. It was a 50, 200 pace off the blocks, a 25 underwater, a 50 as hard as you can, and then a 50 as hard as you can kick. I think I only had to do it 3 times, but everyone else had to do like 8 or something like that, and good God, I feel for you guys. Haley, JY's not the most approachable person sometimes. Just look at that beard can be kind of intimidating. But Haley, thank you so much for bringing a positive vibe. Not that you don't bring a positive vibe. For bringing a positive vibe and energy to the pool deck. You're very approachable, and it just makes everyone on the team feel more comfortable when you're around. To JY, thank you for being a role model to me. I consider myself very lucky to have a good coach, but I consider myself even more lucky to have a coach who shows me what it means to be a good father, a good husband, and just an all-around good person. These words might sound familiar to you. Thank you for not giving up on me. That's really all. Just thank you. And the same goes to my family. It's really not easy to see your kids struggle when you get to school. Then I really struggled. So Mom and Dad and Sarah, thank you for supporting me and just being there for me when it was like really dark times. Thank you for sending me to school and for all the sacrifices that you guys have made for me throughout the years. Yeah, that's all I have. I can't say. Just thank you to everyone here. I expected Regan to be like choking up a little bit. Thank you all of you guys for coming to me today. I'm really excited for the rest of the season, and I can't wait to see what we have in store at 8 Thank you.